Salam, doctor.
Salam. We have talked about the book given to us. We have been booked for the good, a reward for our establishment of prayer in our hearts, being prayerful all the time for my mistakes and for the mischances I invite upon me because of my error in establishing His name and persisting in my recitation of my past incidences, wherein Allah has given me a lot from His mercy and a favor from Him every time I got into trouble. So my book is here. I must open and reopen, read and remember to such an extent that any event into which I am presenting today, either an honor to me or a favor to me, or something is happening in my way according to my wish, I immediately remember my past such instances wherein I had gained my Lord's generousness, my God's forgiveness. And He is ever truthful in His word that He is so close to me, the more I remember of Him. Every single verse is from Allah. You remember me most, I am the closest to you than anything else in the world. When I am closest to you, do you hear me?
Sir, it was
Yes,
audible.
doctor, we can hear you. Yes.
Now you can hear, right? I have failed to switch it on. Okay. So the more we remember our God, it is only by way of your obedience and being humble that you have no knowledge to gain anything in the presenting life. But from Him, I am not being calm, but for Him, I have not received anything as a warm welcome in this world when a situation is presenting before me so nice. My environment around me is so nice, so beautiful, and I am embracing it with all my heart, with stretched out hands. Everything that comes to me, I receive. So I am booked for the good today. I am booked for the good forever in the future if I remember with gratitude.
all the glad tidings that Allah had proved it to be true, that His word never fails, except that we fail to remember Him more. Whenever we are happy, we are erring. Whenever we are peaceful, we shall not fail to remember Him. And this is so much that our future is in Allah's hands and not in your hands. Allah is all the time so close, watching you intently, your heart. He sees you if you turn the leaves of your book and remember as much as possible when the peace is given to you. Chapter 8, verse number 1. Today, we are going to see the spoils of war. We are going to witness the spoils, the beauty of our life with the booty that we have had received from Allah that continues for our lifetime, giving us our need and requirement in perfect measure as a reward to the depth of our remembrance and gratitude towards Him. Chapter 8, verse number 1. With the book we have here, we are going to read the chapter that is the windfall, the spoils of war, the booty of Allah, which you gained at the time you thought that it is your final end. You were revived back. You were revived from the disaster. You were given a new lease of life from the near death. When your heart has become vexed with the problems that you face from the enemies of humanity, that means from the enemies of God. When they failed to feed you, when they prohibited materials, the producers from reaching you, and they denied you food when you are starving and hungry. They made you a slave. Unless you become a slave, we will not give you the government token, that is the money, and with which you can procure your food. God says, I have given you everything. I have made this earth plentiful of this sustenance, not only for human beings, but every creature I have created here. The sustenance, the food is given by me to you, and its producers are by my command and according to a measure and according to a time limit, it will stay there for you. After that, a new creation will develop. All those producers will be perished. They are all perishable. After a determined time, it will die, and a new produce will be given to you. Use that. For this, I have not asked wages from you, and I am not asking you to pay for it. How come you fix your price for that and then making the people a slave and thereby becoming an enemy to humanity, and that is directly making inimical to your Lord. The more I give food to the people, the more closer I am with the God in producing. The more will be produced for me. I will not be starving, my family will not be starving. The more I do good to others, the only good that you will be doing to others is the feeding of the starving stomach, not allowing a stomach to starve, not allowing a family to starve for want of food. When I have created appetite, when I have produced sustenance for them, there is none to prohibit it and stall it and withhold it from reaching the people. Such is the government everywhere in the world that you have appointed as your Lord. Now take me as your Lord. I am going to feed you with everything, whatever I have created for you to be fed. Your mouth is to be fed, your tongue is to be fed, the taste of it and the smell is to be fed, and the eyes must be cooled at the sustenance God has given to you when you spread on the table. Everything is fresh and clean and nicely smelling, nice to touch and nice to taste. And further than that, I have to be grateful to God before entering my dining room. Say, "Oh my God, forgive my sins." You must fear God for having failed to remember Him most of the time. Especially when food is given to you, you tend to forget. As you are relishing also, you forget. And only after your tummy has become tight because of overfeeding, then only you say, "Oh, I have eaten so much." Even then, you don't remember and seek Allah for forgiveness. So when you enter your dining room, you are for the food, and God has created you to seek the food and to be grateful to God for whatever is given. It's not only for the stomach, it is for the tongue, it's for the mouth, it's for the teeth, it's for the nose, it's for the eyes, it's for the crunchiness of the ears. You feel so much. Every single sense will be fed by God, will be fed by God if you remember more and more of Him. If once anything that is God has created, anything that you are going after as your need, if it satisfies all the five senses, then it is a gift from God. If it satisfies only one aspect of your five senses, then the rest of the four is inimical to you, or not in conformity to your liking, your feel of a total well-being. That well-beingness will not be there. Remember Allah more. Here Allah asks you then, say you about the bounties. What is your bounty? Chapter 8, verse number 1. What's your bounty? They ask you concerning the bounties. The bounties are that which you have not earned. The bounties are which you cannot earn. The bounties are so much it is uncountable. The bounties are so precious that it's incalculable. What is it? It's like an idiom, it's like a proverb. You have the bounties, immeasurable. You have bounties that are so precious, incalculable, invaluable. What is it? Incalculable one. You will not go and earn it. God will give you in plentiful because I become tired when I tend to work too much. I become too laborious to feed my three times meal. At the end of the day, I am dead tired, only to get up in the morning to slog like a slave. That is your life, your earning, your effort. But when it is plentiful, absolutely it is not from you, it is from Him. You are made to sit at ease, you are so much comfortable, but the provisions keep coming to you in abundance. That is the booty. You believe in the booty. You believe in the windfall. You believe in the best of luck, best of chances. You will not miss a chance when Allah gives you His bounty. So I remember Him more. When you remember Him more, when at ease and when you are in plentiful. When you are in plentiful, remember Him more. When you are at ease, remember Him more. When you are at dis-ease, you fail to remember Him. You put every effort in your way to earn the three times meal, the money for your family, for the meals, so that you don't starve. You lead a dignified life. You will strive to meet both ends meet. That struggle, you don't have to go through your life. Allah says, live in the booty of war. There's a war situation now. There is the entire world asking you to work. There's the entire world that will not feed you when you are starving. The entire world that will not comfort you when you are in uneasiness, in your disease. in your affliction, in your distress, any sort of your shortcomings, whatever be the situation, the humanity will not come to your aid with the human kindness in them. Most people are inhuman. Most people are Satan tainted. They would like you to strain harder in your life. They will not allow you to live in a luxurious state of mind and body. So we have to fight against them. All the while we fight against the humanity, a sea of humanity, which will be anti to every single individual. One individual, if he is surviving against all odds, definitely the rest of the humanity will not like you. They will be something like being like a hardcore enemy to put you down to the ground so that you will eat the dust. That is the vengeance they have in their heart for nothing. That is their arrogance and their pride. Nobody should raise their head above them. Even they should not even look up and see them. They should bow down their heads in abject slavishness. They must be in their servitude. That's what every human being thinks about another human being. Provided they are given their wealth, they are given their power, they will be one like that. And I fear Allah, my God, that I will not be the one when I am given the power to rule over the people, to rule over the earth and heavens and whatever in between. So when I wish something, it must be there in plentiful and in generousness. When Allah says, you are booked for it, provided you expand your heart. You have a compassion as against the passion for another human being. Will you strive up to this? Mend your heart, amend it. Be regretful of whatever you done in the past as against what you have now presently as what you must possess and how you have behaved in the past. Allah is ever watchful on us. He says, they ask you about the booties. When God's grace will come to me, they are leading their life from hand to mouth only. When are they going to be generously endowed? They ask you concerning the booty. I am suffering, I am suffering, I am suffering. When so many people are so good and they are well at ease and they are having everything they want in this life, they are also human beings. I am also a human being. In fact, they remember Allah less, but I remember Allah more. Why I am still suffering? Every time I remember Allah, every time I glorify Him. Now we must understand how we remember Allah. We remember Allah in terms of Him giving me the power and property and money. This is our means of survival. That's our line of thinking that the entire world is living in that direction. My direction will also be towards earning such things so that I can lead a comfortable life. I can lead a life of reputation. People honor me only if I have money and power and properties. Allah says, money I have not created. Properties you had built. And the reputation is from me you must seek, not from the people. You cannot wield a common man, but you can be humble and feed them with both of your hands. In that way, you are helping me. Allah is helping me that I may help you and keep your foothold strong in my path. So, will you be helpful to me now, or will you be against me by showing your pride and prestige before others? For Allah says, All glory be to me. All dignity to be me. All integrity for you, I shall bestow it on you. So I am to be revered, I am to be honored, I am to be dignified, and you be a slave to me. That means be humble to me. And be a slave in this world that you will be a viceroy on this earth on my behalf. You will be a representative on this earth, conducting the heavens and the earth together in a manner so justified. If you want to be a justified person in my eyes, you must have all my qualities in you. You know my names, they are my attributes and the qualities. And the qualities and the attributes must be your nature. Seek from me, I will make you in my nature. From that moment onwards, when you submit yourself to me, see for yourself if you have any enmity between you and your relations, between you and your society, between you and your friends, between you and those people whom you know not. There is no enmity at all. You will not find fault with anyone except that you will remember me more. You will be imbibing more of my qualities and attributes. My name will be yours. But you will be a slave to my name. You will be a slave to my name. I am the provider. I will be slave to the provider. Not I will be slave to gain from him. I will be slave to that quality that I will be provider. He asked me to provide. I will keep providing. Now you will get the beauty of this war, the spoils of war. There will be a good luck on you, and God favors the best of lucks on you. He will not call it anymore a luck, but an endowment from God. But we used to say amongst ourselves, best of lucks beyond your ability. Your abilities, your capabilities will not bring you anything, but the luck will bring on you. It's not your luck, His grace. You only pray to God and then wish each other best of luck before going to examinations. And that is the best chances you receive from Him. And when you get good marks and you come out colorfully, well out of the exam results have come to boost you up in your prestige and reputation, then say all glory be to Him. But then it is not your life. Your degree, whatever you earn in this world, is not going to be your life, but the endowment, the blessing, the favor, His mercy, His compassion for you is going to deliver everything for you. And now you believe that God is there to protect you. God is there to give you anything you want, provided you become slave to His names. You become a slave to His mercy. Allah asks you, you have my mercy, deliver the mercy to others. You have my forgiveness, deliver the forgiveness to others. You have my guidance, you guide the others. You have me as a patient one before you. For your goodness sake, you be patient before somebody else for their goodness sake. Don't fight against each other because I am not your enemy and I am not putting you to any harm. But I forget you, I forgive you, not forgetting. I have not forsaken you, but I am inspiring you with more of my rewards. Will you follow me in following the qualities, my nature, so that you become a viceroy? You become a ruler of the heavens and the earth. And to your command here, your wish here, the heavens and the earth will fall before you. That is the windfall. So they ask about the windfall, the best of Allah's grace, when it will come. It is already there. Only thing is, you are not spending from my names, from my qualities. You are not spending your life in my nature. Spend out of what I have given you. I have given you life after death. Don't let others die and don't make others die mentally. Later, it will reflect on their physical being. They will not be wanting to live with difficulties. That means they are dead. If you want to live, you want to, you will lead only a splendid life, not anything short of your expectations you would like to live. There is not a hardship, there's not a single disease, there's not a single affection to my heart. Effectively, it is functioning all through your life without an element of suffering, without an element of fatigue touching you. God is saving you. Likewise, you save the minds of others. Don't use one harsh word against someone that will put down their mental liveliness. The more the mental liveliness is there, that longevity in good self is well preserved. They will be honoring Allah by living by His nature. They'll be they'll be forgiving people. They'll be patient with the people. They'll be showing their compassion. They'll be giving out of their mercy, and they will guide them in the best possible way so that they can survive by themselves. They will not let allow them to let down their hearts, and they will impart iman and salam to them. And overall, they will make them feel godliness in them so that they will never fail to be attached towards the God more than you. They will be thankful to you, but they'll be obedient to God. In that way, you will be behaving with the people by living in His nature. He has created you in His nature. That nature are full of attributes. Having that nature is the real bounty by virtue. But we say the booties and the bounties are what I possess as wealth and properties and what I possess as power so that I can rule over the humanity. No, you can rule over the entire universe except on the humanity. Each and every one possesses that quality of bearing the witness of God's attributes. No one is above another person, no one is below another person. Everyone is on par with each other in that they are only subservient to Allah, none but Him. So, fearing God, we are on par so that there is no one above us and no enemy can stand before us. They are the measly elements of the earth. If they are acting against the humanity, don't fear them, don't give any notice to what they do, what they utter, what they plan, and how faster and how evil their planning and their progression in their planning. Don't worry about them. Don't fear them. But Allah says, fear me. They ask you about the bounties. Now you know the bounties are His attributes, His nature, so that you will be ruling over the heavens and the earth and never on a human being. If you have a ruling over a human being, if you have arrogance against a human being, if you have the power to show your enmity against a human being, then the heavens and the earth will not fall for you. They will kick you out of its domain. The time is running short for you. The time will come on you. That destination might have been so near and close to you before that happens on you, and you cry for help from God when He will deny you any help, and that is the day you will fear when the name Allah is mentioned. Before that time, before the hour appointed time comes upon us, we must mend, we must amend, we must correct, we must fall in line, we must dignify Him, revere Him, become humble before Him, show your humility before the people. That is the booty, the first verse. They ask you about the booty, say, Allah asks you to see that to Him all bounties, and to His messenger all bounties. So the bounties must be showing the grace of Allah, attributes of Allah to other people. Such as the bounty belong to Him and a messenger before you. He is a model for the qualities of God, the godliness. By that model, by that character and quality, and by their obedience, you can understand that they could be your messenger. So all the bounties belong to Messenger and Allah. Seek from Allah. There is one example before you how to receive the bounties, how you can abide by the bounties, and you can lead your life as a model having his character as my character when I am living in the midst of the people. Come what may, the situation that it is so inimical to you, but definitely they are not enemies to you, they are ignorant people. Among them, there are arrogant people, and the arrogant people can be even more innocent. Without knowing what their arrogance is, they will be posing before the people. For example, the king and the prince. Prince can be arrogant. They are ignorant and they are innocently ignorant also. But when they turn out to be arrogant, then the world cannot stand them. It is about that time the emperors will be perished. Do you want to get a booty what the emperors have not plundered from the people? Did they not lead a blunder, blunderous life? Are they not a blundered one to be portrayed all time to come in the history that don't live like Hitler, don't live like Mussolini, don't live like Napoleon, don't live like the present days rulers who show the same arrogance before a public, and they do not obey their God even. Those arrogant people who are showing their corrupt behavior, those who are bent upon causing confusion and shed blood in this world, they are satanic. They will say they believe in God, but they are anti to their own God. They have no godliness in them. There is no faith in God as far as these people are concerned. They may pose to be pious, but they are not so. So you take only your God as the one to be worshipped and stand by Him and live up to that grace from Him so that He endows it on you is incalculable, invaluable. We shall seek that bounty now. Allah says, first and foremost, keep up your patience. Be patient ones. Be humble. The patient one is the height of your status. The humble one is the lowest of your status. But both these status are kept in high esteem by Allah. Those are the people, the heavens and the earth will be given to them as gifts. Now you can have your say, and they will all abide by you, obeying my command. Even the Satans will abide by you by my command. They have to be obedient to me. They like it or they don't like. So this is the bounty we are going to spend from this moment onwards to receive the bounties of the heavens and the earth, everything in abstract, in the unseen form. You call it a spiritual level of ascending. Now you know the understanding of the spiritual level of ascending. Be in the graciousness of Allah all the time. Be enveloped by His nature, by His quality, that you will imbibe it only by being patient and humble before the people in almost abject servitude before God. Only for His pleasure's sake, we are living now. We are fit enough to lead a bountiful life in this world without a shortage for our liveliness and livelihood and pleasantness and for generousness there is nothing to be in short, provided we are the naturally endowed with the character and attribute and quality of God when we are living by His nature and He sees us in His nature, everything is given to us. That is the bounty. So mend and amend before you receive this gift of heavens and the earth. And it is an honor booked for the believing people who follow Allah and His Messenger. This is the chapter 8, verse number 1. We are bountiful now if we are believer in the unseen. A believer in the visible things, they will perish, and with that you will perish. And now I will give you my qualities and my characters, and you are in my nature, never to be worried. So will you be in my nature so that you be my viceroy on this earth? You be my vicegerent on the earth, viceroy on this earth. You be my representative on this earth. Do you want this bounty and booty, or you want to kill the people and plunder their homes and collect the booty from there? Which booty you want? I want a windfall. The best of graciousness from Him, and all grace from Him is the best of all. Now, how our life will be from this moment onwards, based on chapter 8, chapter number 8, verse number 1. We want the bounties, we want the booties, stay in the nature of Allah and live by His nature and be His nature before the people. As long as you survey on this earth, Allah is not going to let you down. His promise is true. If you are virtuously His, and your life is in virtue of His character, virtue of the attributes and qualities, the best of qualities. Now it's a fight against the humanity, entire the sea of humanity. If you have the chance of Allah that has come to you by way of His nature, natural quality, when it's come to you, that's the best chance for our life. And He will prove you to be worthy. Every person from you will be a leader for the humanity, and from you God will choose the messengers also. To choose a messenger is His, not amongst us. So live up to the messenger, live up to the God's expectations, and He will make you live in His nature, and thereafter there's none to stop you from becoming a highlighted one by the entire society to come. Any question in this now? Keep reading it again and again. If you have any question with you regarding this, I am waiting for you. Don't be in a hurry, be slow.
Hello, salam, doctor. This is Nazim.
Yes.
Actually, today's class, எனக்கு ஒரு situation. So today's class almost எனக்கு ஒரு ஆஃப் கிளாரிட்டி கிடைச்சிச்சு. என்னதுன்னா, எனக்கு இப்போ ஒரு நம்ம ஃபேமிலி மெம்பர் ஒருத்தவங்க ஒரு தப்பான ஆக்டிவிட்டி செய்யறத நம்ம வந்து பார்க்கும்போது, ஸோ அந்த டைம்ல வந்து நம்ம எப்படி பிஹேவ் பண்ணணும், அப்படி அந்த டைம்ல வந்து எனக்கு என்ன தோணுச்சுன்னா, இவங்க மேல இரக்கமே காட்ட வேண்டாம் அப்படின்னு தோணுச்சு. பட் ஆனா வந்து ஐ கெப்ட் வெரி சைலண்ட் அண்ட் ஐ ஆஸ்க்ட் ஹெல்ப் ஃப்ரம் அல்லாஹ் தட் ஐ ஷுட் நாட் என்ன சொல்றது, உன்னை மீறி நான் எதுவும் பண்ணக்கூடாது, நீ இந்த சிச்சுவேஷன்ல வந்து எனக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணு அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு 2-3 days கழிச்சுட்டு ஐ கெப்ட் சைலண்ட். இது வரைக்கும் நான் அப்படித்தான் இருக்கேன். ஸோ இப்போ வந்து அந்த 2-3 டேஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் எப்படி தோணுதுன்னா, அவங்க அந்த மனநிலையிலிருந்து அந்த மனதில் இருந்த கெட்ட இது வந்து அவங்கள விட்டு நீங்கணும். அது வந்து என்னோட ப்ரேயரா இப்ப இருக்கு. ஸோ வாட் ஐ எம் பிஹேவிங் இஸ் கரெக்ட் ஆர் நாட் எனக்கு ஸ்டில்.
What's your name?
நசீமா.
Okay. So the question from Nabina is, someone in his family, in her family, they are not good enough by virtue and in real time, their arrogance cannot be tolerated. Their evil plots and plannings are beyond my ability to bear it. So what should be my response to this? How I will respond? And she also says that this is how I responded. If it's right or wrong, I want to know. She said that I turned to Allah for forgiveness on their part. I wanted patience from him. I told him I cannot decide what to do and I should curse them or not. I am not able to tolerate, but I know Allah is more tolerant. So leave the matter with him. That's what you have today taught us. But I think that I have done it already. Is it right? I had so much anger against them, but I, to a great extent, contained my anger, and I became patient, and I sought forgiveness for them also. And their intention to browbeat me must go. This also I sought from Allah, and now I am seeking from Allah. Let their enmity against me be forgiven and forgotten. Let them forget me. Let them not do anything more to whatever they had done already. By Allah's grace, I have maintained my patience. Now, after this class, I will maintain even firm in my patience, so that I will earn His qualities more from Him without even my asking from Him. Seek one from Him, the most comes from Him. I seek patience from Him, and the most comes from Him. Most of His qualities He is generously endowing me with. Definitely, I am maintaining my patience. I will maintain my patience in the long time to come and forever. I leave the matter with Him. Because He is the best of judges. Even if He wants to punish, He knows the measure how much to punish. And if He forgives, they are His slaves. And there's nothing between me and the other person, but everything between Him and Him. I am putting my need and I am seeking from Him what I require in this world as peace. So I put my trust in Him, I rely on Him, things will come in my way and the best possible manner. More rewards from Him will come to me as booty and bounty, and I will be living by His nature. This is what she is undergoing now, and whatever she has done up to this moment is perfect and correct, and God will endow her with even more of His grace.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Thanks for your explanation. It's ரொம்ப என்ன சொல்றது, ரொம்ப ஆல்ரெடி ரொம்ப சமாதானமாக தான் இருந்துச்சு. பட் உங்கள் ஆன்சருக்கு அப்புறம் இன்னும் என் மனசு வந்து ரொம்ப சமாதானமாக இருந்திருக்கு. ஸோ ஹோப் எவ்ரி திங் வில் கோ ஃபைன். இன்னும் எனக்கு வந்து அந்த அதிகப்படியான ஒரு டாலரன்ஸ், ஒரு பேஷன்ஸ் எனக்குள்ள அதிகமான மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபீலும் எனக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கு.
You will be certainly living by His nature more strongly, more firmly, and He will grace you with many, many, many more of His attributes.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Naseem?
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Salam, Doctor.
Salam.
I also listened to your explanation for today, and I also had a little one more question. My question is that my both the sides family, like my husband and my family, they both are not believing in much of the so much of strength of Allah. My husband is also a believer. My mom, dad, and they all are also believer. But the zero medicine, nobody believes in. So it becomes very difficult for me to express to them. So I see your videos also hidingly. I cannot speak that I'm hearing you, and I'm so much afraid to confrontate them. I'm just praying in my heart that they understand me, they allow me, and they allow me to believe in the way I want to believe in. And I have got full faith in Allah, and I don't have a doubt about it in my faith about Allah. I just want that I have got no strength to face them, to tell them the truth. May Allah give me.
Seek from Allah to maintain your nature in Him.
Okay.
The best of the qualities is patience. He is the most patient. He is Halim. Halim means the most patient one.
Yes.
So you are living by His nature already. Allah will
Yes.
strengthen your foot in His
Amen.
path. That is the nature. Seek help in patience and being constant in application of whatever patience you have been endured, show it to them.
Amen. Inshallah.
There's no way that you will be left abandoned by Allah, but He will keep you more in His remembrance. He will be closest to you. If you
Amen.
read chapter 2, verse number 152,
Dr. Saab, anybody else can read it for me?
yes. Who will read it? Chapter 2, 152.
Salam, doctor.
Read.
Chapter 2, verse number
152.
So remember me, I will remember you, and be grateful to me and do not deny me.
So this is for Jumana. So remember me. Remember my name.
Yes.
Remember me to be in my nature. I will
Okay.
put you in my nature. I will make you steadfast and firm in your nature. And do not deny me. I am closer to you the more you remember me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is it
Inshallah.
for you. Yes.
Okay. Amen.
So except for those who do not want his attribute, those who are so much arrogant that they will be living opposite to his attitude. And that is their life. And that is their reputation, that's their power. And that's for what they are living, they are totally tainted by the shaitan. So don't worry the shaitans. Worry only about Allah, that you are nearer to him than anything else, anyone else. Why he has given you a test means you remember him more and get closer to him, so that he will embrace you, giving from him more of his benevolence. That is the time when we are going to gain much of his appreciation. And that is the best transaction. I will not allow my peace to be shattered by any emotion. I will strengthen when the chance comes to me by way of a situation, like you have your situation in your house.
Salam, doctor.
Salam.
I have no question today. This is, just to appreciate both the sisters. I don't remember the name, Nasima and Jumana.
Yes.
That whatever you are going through, may Allah bless you and, provide you with peace. Amen.
This is how we read Quran. This is how we recite Quran. This is how we remember Quran. This is how we rehearse Quran in our life, so that our establishment in this world as the ruler of heavens and the earth is well adjudged by God. You will be elevated when you are captured at death as a viceroy, being welcomed to heaven for further upgradation in your life. Unending. This is prayer. And nobody can ever forget what we have read today if they have understood that we live by His nature. Then who are we? Are you God? No, slave to God. That's how it comes as Abdul Hamid, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rahim, Abdul Ghafoor, Abdul Razak. Likewise, all the names you have imbibed, but admit you are a slave to that commitment to live by His nature. Then only the heavens and the earth will fall for you, otherwise no. So we'll meet again on Sunday. Quran is given to you little by little, little by little. Follow it, follow it, follow it.
Salam, Doctor.
Salam.
இன்டியாஸ் இலங்கையிலேருந்து காய்க்கன். எனக்கு 8:41 என்ன டவுட்னு சொன்னால், வியாபாரம் ஏற்கனவே கடனில் போயிட்டு இருக்குன்னு சொன்னால் எங்களுக்கு அந்த 5 பங்கு கொடுப்பது கடமையாகுதா?
நோ 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 இல்லை கடமை கிடையாது.
ஓகே.
எப்போ நீங்கள் சொந்த காலனிக்கு ஆரம்பிக்கிறீங்களோ உங்களுக்கு உங்களுடைய வியாபாரம் உங்களுக்கு மட்டும்தான் இருக்குதோ அப்போதான் கடனை முடிச்ச பிறகுதான் அல்லா கடனை தீர்ப்பான். He is asking, chapter 841, he is from Ceylon. He is asking, chapter 841, I am running in debt. Still, do I need to give 1/5 of whatever I am possessing? I said, no. All the debt must be removed. All that must be done away with. Then you can give me, not before that. That's what Allah says. Allah will bless you for the question. If Allah says that I should give, I should give. Allah appreciates it, but Allah doesn't say that. There's no way that you can part with your 1/5 when you are in debt. Allah will clear that debt for you, and thereafter you can be grateful to Him by benevolently giving it for Him. So we are all going to live by His nature as Abdul.
Inshallah, Doctor.
We'll meet on Sunday night. So, salam to everyone.
Salam, Doctor.
Salam.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Salam, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.